Have you ever wondered, why do some people live to 90 or 95, still healthy, still moving with ease, still sharp in mind, while others, at just 76 or 77, are already bedridden, unable to recognize loved ones, unable to care for themselves? Is it luck? Is it genetics? Partly yes, but there's a very important truth, one that we, those living beyond 75, often overlook. 99% of deaths after age 75 are not random. They don't happen just because we've reached the end. They come from quiet, familiar, seemingly harmless things. They come from 5 common causes, most of which can be prevented. Yes, you heard that right. Not 50%, not 70%, but 99, almost all. It's the breathlessness on the stairs you brush off as just normal. It's the mild chest ache that disappears, and you forget about it. It's that slip in the bathroom that you laugh off as being lucky. It's the quiet afternoons when you can't remember the name of someone dear. Each of these little things could be a gentle warning bell, your body's quiet way of saying, please take care of me. You see, death doesn't arrive in a single day. It arrives through our everyday choices, what we eat, how we move, who we talk to, whether we smile today or not. And that's why we created this video, not to scare you, but to help you see that you still have choices. You still have time. You still have hope. With just a few small changes, you can live the rest of your life with strength, with health, with lasting memories, without needing to depend on anyone just to survive. If you're over 75, or if someone you love is, please take a few moments to truly listen to the 5 leading causes of death among older adults, and how not to become part of that statistic. Because aging is not the end of the road, it's an opportunity to live more deeply, more meaningfully, and more peacefully than ever before. Every decision you make today will determine how many years you'll be able to walk, remember, and live, fully and independently. There's something few people ever tell you, that the heart doesn't just grow old, it grows tired. Not because it beats too much, but because it's been forgotten for too long. Forgotten in the rush of life, in unhealthy habits, and in the belief that we'll deal with it someday, until someday becomes too late. In the United States, heart disease remains the leading cause of death for people over 75. Not cancer, not falls, and not just getting old, but the heart, the organ that's been with you since birth, quietly weakening with each passing year. Let me share the story of Eleanor, age 78. She still walked her dog every morning, she cooked her meals, her house was always in order. But stairs started feeling steeper. She was breathing harder than before. She thought, maybe I'm just aging. Until one afternoon, while reaching for a pot on a high shelf, she collapsed on the kitchen floor. Her son found her just minutes later. The diagnosis, a silent heart attack. And what the doctor said still echoes in her son's memory. Her heart had been weakening for some time. The signs were there, but easy to overlook. That's the danger of heart disease. It whispers, it waits, and then it strikes. Do you feel breathless doing light chores? Don't dismiss it. Do you feel tired even after a full night's sleep? Poor blood circulation might be the reason. Do you feel pressure in your chest or shoulder pain? Please, don't ignore it. We often blame age, but sometimes it's your body's quiet cry for help. And the good news is, heart disease is not your destiny. You can do more than you think. Yes, genetics play a role, but what you eat, how you move, how you manage stress, that's where the real power lies. And small, consistent changes at any age can work wonders. So what can you do, starting today, to protect your heart? Cut down on salt. Eat fresh. Eat real. Many older Americans consume too much sodium without realizing it. Canned foods, frozen meals, instant soups, they're packed with salt. Replace them with greens, whole grains, berries, olive oil, avocados, and healthy fats from fish. Move your body gently each day. You don't need to run a marathon. Just 20 minutes of walking, light stretches, or even dancing in your kitchen can improve blood flow and heart strength. Stay hydrated. Sleep well. Your heart works tirelessly. Let it rest at night and refuel during the day. Monitor your blood pressure. High blood pressure is the silent killer for a reason. It shows no clear signs, but regular checks and a short talk with your doctor might save your life. Dr. James Carter, a cardiologist with 35 years of experience, once said, "I've seen many patients over 70 improve their heart health just by walking regularly, eating better, and checking their blood pressure. It's never too late. Your heart beats over 100,000 times a day. It's been there through heartbreak and healing, first love and final goodbyes. It has never given up on you. And now, it's time to care for it in return. Because a healthy heart after 75 doesn't just mean more years, it means more life in every year. Because a healthy heart after 75 doesn't just mean more years to live. It means more years worth living, more steady steps, more journeys, more warm meals with the people you love. Take just 1 minute for yourself today, not to feel guilty, but to gently remind yourself, I choose to care for my heart because I still have so much to live for. Do you remember the last time you almost slipped in the bathroom? Or that moment when you stood up too fast and felt a little dizzy? We often laugh these things off. I'm fine. Just got up a bit too fast. My slippers were slippery, that's all. But for those of us over 75, a single fall is no longer a small matter. Let me tell you about Mr. Harold, 82 years old. One morning, just like any other, he stepped outside to pick a few tomatoes from his garden. As he stepped down from the porch, his foot missed the last step, and his whole body collapsed, like a brick wall losing its foundation. He didn't feel much pain. He thought maybe he had just twisted his ankle, but the X-ray revealed a serious hip fracture. Then came 3 months in bed, 1 year of recovery, and the painful truth that he would never again be able to go grocery shopping alone. What broke his heart wasn't the injury itself. It was the loss of independence. I used to think I was still strong, he said. But after that fall, I wasn't the same person anymore. Falls are the leading cause of serious injury and death among older adults in the United States. People often say, it's just part of getting older. But the truth is, falls are not caused by age. They're caused by a lack of preparation. And the heartbreaking reality is that after a fall, quality of life often drops dramatically. Loss of mobility, dependence on others, increased risk of depression and loneliness, and sometimes, never fully recovering again. Have you experienced any of these warning signs? Feeling dizzy when you stand up, unsteady when walking, fear of using the stairs, needing to hold on to furniture to move around, nearly falling but brushing it off? If so, don't ignore them. They might be your body's first quiet warnings. So what can we do to protect ourselves? Strengthen muscles and improve balance. No gym required, just simple exercises. Standing on one foot, gentle arm stretches, or walking 10 minutes a day can help restore your stability. Make your living space safer. Clear away loose wires and slippery rugs. Install grab bars in the bathroom. Wear non-slip shoes. Keep a nightlight on by your bed. Review your medications. Some medicines for blood pressure, diabetes, or joint pain may cause dizziness or drowsiness. Ask your doctor, could this medication affect my balance? Listen to your body. Being afraid of falling isn't weakness. It's your cue to start making smarter choices. Falling isn't about luck or bad timing. It's often the result of not taking care of the body in the right ways. And the good news is, you can prevent it. Just imagine, you're walking in the park, soaking in the sunshine. You're in the kitchen, making your favorite meal, brewing your own cup of tea. You feel proud that you can still do so much, even at 80. Now it's your turn to speak. Have you ever nearly fallen or feared that you might? Do you have a parent or loved one whose life changed after a fall? Please share your story or advice in the comments below. Your experience may be the one thing that helps someone else avoid a dangerous fall. Have you noticed lately that your breathing feels shallower? That even a short walk leaves you out of breath? That you wake up every morning with a dry cough or heaviness in your chest? If so, pause, because that might be your lungs whispering, I'm getting tired. Breathing. The quietest function of our body, yet the most precious. After age 75, our lungs begin to lose their flexibility. The alveoli, those tiny air sacs inside the lungs, start to stiffen, making each breath a little harder than it used to be. This isn't just a sign of aging, it's the beginning of something silent that could take your life if you don't act in time. Dr. Helen, a geriatric specialist, once shared, "Weak lungs don't just make you tired, they reduce oxygen to your brain, leading to confusion and memory loss. They weaken circulation, contributing to heart failure. They lower your immunity, raising your risk of pneumonia and infection. And sadly, pneumonia remains one of the top causes of death in older adults in America. Not because of age itself, but because the lungs have become too weak to fight back. Because a healthy heart after 75 doesn't just mean more time. It means more time worth living. More confident steps, more walks, more warm meals with your loved ones. Take just 1 minute today, not to blame yourself, but to remind yourself gently, I choose to care for my heart because I still have so much to live for. Do you remember the last time you almost slipped in the bathroom? Or the moment you stood up too fast and felt a wave of dizziness? We often laugh those moments off. I'm fine. Just stood up too fast. My slippers were slippery. But for those over 75, a single fall is no longer a small matter. Let me tell you about Mr. Harold, 82. One ordinary morning, he stepped outside to pick some tomatoes from his garden. As he stepped off the porch, his foot missed. His body fell, like a brick wall losing its foundation. He didn't feel much pain, just thought it was a sprain. But the X-ray revealed a serious hip fracture. That one fall led to 3 months in bed, a year of rehab, and the heartbreaking reality, he would never shop for groceries alone again. What hurt most wasn't the pain, it was the loss of independence. I thought I was still strong, he said. But one fall, and I wasn't myself anymore. In the US, falls are the leading cause of serious injury and death among seniors. Many believe aging means getting weak, but the truth is, falls don't come from age, they come from being unprepared. And after a fall, life often changes drastically. Loss of mobility, dependence on others, greater risk of depression and loneliness, and sometimes, never fully recovering. Have you felt any of these signs? Dizziness when standing, wobbly steps, fear of stairs, holding onto furniture to walk, nearly falling but brushing it off? If so, don't ignore it. It may be your body's early warning. So how can you protect yourself? Strengthen muscles and improve balance. You don't need a gym. Simple balance exercises, gentle stretches, or a 10-minute walk a day can help. Make your home safer. Clear away cords and slippery rugs. Install grab bars in the bathroom. Wear non-slip footwear. Keep a nightlight on. Check your medications. Some drugs for blood pressure, diabetes, or arthritis may cause dizziness or fatigue. Ask your doctor, does this medication affect my balance? Listen to your body. Being afraid of falling isn't weakness. It's a sign to act smarter. Falls are not just bad luck. They're the result of not giving our bodies the care they need. But here's the good news. They're preventable. Imagine yourself walking through the park, soaking in the sun, cooking a favorite meal, proud that even in your 80s, you still do so much on your own. Now it's your turn to share. Have you ever almost fallen or feared falling? Do you have a loved one whose life changed after a fall? Please share your story or advice in the comments. Your experience could help someone else avoid a painful fall. Have you noticed lately you're breathing more shallowly? You get out of breath just walking across the room? You wake up every morning with a dry cough or heaviness in your chest? If so, pause for a moment, because that might be your lungs whispering, I'm tired. Breathing, one of the quietest yet most precious functions of life. After 75, our lungs begin to lose their flexibility. The alveoli, tiny air sacs inside the lungs, start to stiffen, making every breath a bit harder. This isn't just aging. It's the foundation of silent illness that, if ignored, can lead to something much worse. Dr. Helen, a geriatric specialist, once said, "Weak lungs don't just make you tired. They reduce oxygen to the brain, leading to confusion and memory loss. They weaken circulation, leading to heart failure. They lower immunity, raising your risk of pneumonia and infection." And sadly, pneumonia is still one of the leading causes of death among seniors in the US. Not because of old age, but because the lungs are too weak to fight back. Eleanor's story, age 76, is a wake-up call. She was once a pianist, but over time, she noticed that midway through performances, she was out of breath. At first, she thought, maybe I'm just tired. Then one day, after catching a cold, she was hospitalized with pneumonia. Her doctor said, if you had waited a few more days, you might not have survived. From that point on, Eleanor practiced deep breathing, kept her lungs clean, got her vaccines on schedule, and she said, I reclaimed my breath, and with it, I reclaimed my music and my life. So how can you protect your precious breath? 1. Practice deep breathing every morning. Place your hand on your belly. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold for 2. Exhale through your mouth for 6. Repeat 5 to 10 times. This simple habit clears old air and expands your lungs. 2. Take short walks daily. You don't need to go far. Even 10 to 15 minutes around the house improves circulation and lung rhythm. 3. Avoid smoke, cooking fumes, and pollution. Even if you don't smoke, secondhand exposure is harmful. Use an air purifier and keep your space well ventilated. After 75, your lungs are highly sensitive to fine dust and mold. 4. Stay up to date on flu, COVID, and pneumonia vaccines. Vaccines don't just prevent illness, they give you a fighting chance if an infection strikes. 5. Clean your nose daily. A clean nose equals cleaner lungs. Use a saline spray or a neti pot to gently rinse your nasal passages each morning. Remember, when you feel short of breath, it's not just being tired. It's a call for help from your lungs, your heart, and your life. Now is your moment to share. Have you ever had pneumonia or long-term shortness of breath? Do you have a morning habit that keeps your lungs strong? Write it in the comments so we can all learn from one another. Your story might be the guiding light for someone still struggling with respiratory illness. If this part resonated with you, type 3 in the comments so I know you're still with me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to click that button and stay tuned for part 4. Stroke. The sudden blow that can erase everything you remember. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to click that button and stay tuned for part 4. Stroke. The sudden blow that can erase everything you remember. Do you remember the last time you felt faint? Just a few seconds of dizziness, blurred vision, maybe a stumble, and then everything felt okay again. But sometimes, all it takes is a brief interruption in blood flow to the brain, and you may never be the same again. That's a stroke, a sudden storm, unannounced and devastating. In the United States, someone has a stroke every 40 seconds. And after age 75, stroke becomes one of the leading causes of death and disability. But here's the part that breaks my heart the most. Up to 80% of strokes can be prevented. So why do they still happen? What exactly is a stroke? It's when blood flow to a part of the brain is blocked or bursts. Every passing second, millions of brain cells are starved of oxygen and begin to die. They never regenerate. Even if you survive, you may lose your ability to speak. You may lose your memory. You may spend the rest of your life in a wheelchair. What's even more painful, you're still alive, but you're no longer yourself. Let me tell you about Mr. Walter, age 81, a cheerful father who loved reading and riding his bicycle every morning. One day, while making coffee, his right hand suddenly dropped the mug, his mouth twisted to one side, and he couldn't call out to his wife, even though she was standing right in front of him. Mrs. Nancy, his wife, recognized the signs instantly. She called 911 immediately. Thanks to her quick action, Mr. Walter was treated within the golden hour and survived. But the stroke left him unable to speak clearly. Now, every time he wants to say, "I love you," he says it with his eyes. The hidden causes of strokes after 75. High blood pressure. The silent bomb that over 50% of older adults don't even know they're carrying. Atrial fibrillation, AFib, an irregular heartbeat that forms clots which can travel to the brain. High cholesterol and hardened arteries. Plaque builds up in your blood vessels, blocking circulation. Lifestyle habits. Lack of exercise, high salt intake, smoking, or excessive alcohol. Each adds a drop to the overflowing cup of risk. What are the warning signs? Remember the FAST rule recommended by the American Stroke Association. F. Face drooping. Is one side of the face drooping? A. Arm weakness. Can they raise both arms, or is one too weak? S. Speech difficulty. Are their words slurred or hard to understand? T. Time to call 911. Don't wait. Call immediately. Every minute of delay kills over 1 million brain cells. You don't have time to hesitate. So how can we prevent a stroke after 75? Check your blood pressure regularly and keep it below 130/80. Get an echocardiogram if your heartbeat feels irregular. Eat for your brain, low sodium, no trans fats, lots of leafy greens and fish. Move your body, walking, yoga, tai chi, anything to keep circulation flowing. Get enough sleep, manage stress, and consider daily meditation. Speak with your doctor about any unusual signs, no matter how small. Remember, a stroke doesn't always take your life immediately, but it can take pieces of you. Your voice, your memories, your independence, your dignity. But here's the good news. You can stop it if you start acting today. If this part touched your heart, type 4 in the comments to let me know you're still with me. And don't forget to hit subscribe because part 5 is coming next. And it may be the most heartbreaking yet most preventable cause of all. When your memory begins to leave, but you don't even realize it.